Hey guys, well today I got some mail and I was so excited to play with it. I just had to. I got some wonderful Christmas gifts. I got some Sephora gift cards. I also got Ulta, but this is my Sephora haul. And so I'm very excited to play with these gifts, and so technically I didn't spend any money. These are gifts for Christmas, but I got to pick them out, so that's really cool. But anyway, I went ahead and did an eye look because I don't have anything new for the eyes. I did use the Patrick Ta Major Dimensions 2 eyeshadow palette. I don't use this enough, and I paid enough for it to use it, so I did use that today, and it is a beautiful palette. I love the shades on it, and I just think it's just beautiful. So no tutorial on that or anything, but I just wanted to mention that I did purchase that, and we'll talk about each product as I get to it instead of like trying to just lump everything together and then get there. So let's get started. So I've been wanting this for a little bit, and I've been like kind of going back and forth about it. Like, I don't know, it's a little expensive, and then I don't know, maybe, and then, you know, just all the things. But I decided, since I had a gift card, what better time to purchase? So I got the Hourglass Ambient Soft Glow Foundation, and I think I got the wrong shade. I got the shade 5. When I pulled it out today, I was like, I don't know about the shade. It looks maybe, I don't know, we'll see when I put it on. It looks maybe a little bit orange for me, a little deep. I hate saying orange, but sometimes when things are deeper, they're orange. So anyway, I did get this. It is 1 fluid ounce, which is a normal foundation. I've been loving my Hourglass airbrush primer. This has been a go-to for me lately, so we're going to use both of these today because obviously they're supposed to work together, right? So I'm gonna go ahead and prime with this, and then we'll start with the foundation. I just realized I hadn't lit my candle. I got up to wet my sponge and realized that, so I did that. So here is the foundation. Again, I got shade 5. I believe it was light with neutral undertone. Maybe it was warm, who knows. Getting a good coverage out of it. Maybe it will work. It looks really pretty on the skin. I actually don't mind the color so much. Like, I wish it might be like a shade lighter, but like this is, I can make this work. It's not the worst foundation match I've ever had, for sure. But I like to just like try to blend it as best I can. So I'm gonna use my little Hourglass foundation. This, I think I got this the last time, Sephora or maybe even Ulta. I didn't have good experiences with it the first couple times I used it, but I also used it in conjunction with a Jacqueline product, the under eye primer, and that could have been what it was. So I'm gonna try it without it. I believe I can confidently say it was the Jacqueline primer. This looks so much better than the last time. And I've really not used it since because I've just not been doing my makeup that much. But it looks so much better this time. I've not said it yet, but it looks so much better. So I've harped about not being able to get Huda Beauty. I've still not got my Huda Beauty powder, but I've heard good things about this powder, so I thought I would try it while I had the opportunity to not have to pay for it. So I got the Makeup Forever HD setting powder, Ultra HD setting powder, and I got the shade Vanilla, and we'll see. I've heard really good things about it. So here's what the powder looks like. It's a nice size. And then you also get this little thing. It's a little satin bag, and you get a little velvet puff to set. So I'm gonna use that and see how it works out. Look at this. It has a little thing that lifts up. I like that. I had another powder like that. What was it? Was it Peach Perfect? As I was just talking about Peach Perfect, I'm thinking I might have one over there that I've been hoarding and I haven't used. That used to be my favorite. Okay, so I got some on the puff. We're gonna go set the under eye. Okay, so obviously powder just does a magical thing to the face, but under here I've set, and of course over here is not set. first impression, I really like it. I've got some creasing over here, but I always do until I set it. So, I really like it. I really, really do. Maybe it's the puff too. Maybe I like the puff. I didn't get to use my Beauty Blendiful, or not Blendiful, Beauty Blender puff that much before I got it dirty, and I've been too preoccupied to wash it. I'm impressed so far. I do look powdery right now, I know that. But I usually do. When I first powder, I'll look a little bit powdery, and then once it kind of sets down, it'll look good. But I like how it's not looking like really cakey under my eyes. Usually I'm pretty familiar with powders and like how they work with my skin and how they, you know, all the things with my skin. And so I can tell you right now, I feel like this one's gonna be a good one. But I don't know about longevity, like throughout the day and things like that. Like Huda still has my heart for now, but we will see. We'll see. And I always use a lot of powders to set. That's why I'm telling you I look powdery, because I always do. So wait until like I finish, and then you'll see the actual results. Okay, I finished my eyes. Thanks for watching. Just kidding. I did go ahead and finish my eyes and did my brows, and NYX for the brows, and just the Patrick Ta in the water, or the underneath the lash line. Natasha Denona Macrotech on the waterline, and for mascara today I'm using L'Oreal Telescopic. Okay, so another thing that I got that I've been wanting for a while and just hadn't pulled the trigger, hadn't done. Charlotte's Tilbury's Beautiful Skin Sun Kissed Glow Bronzer. This is her cream bronzer. So I've really been loving her powder bronzer, and I thought, well, I gotta try this one. So look how big this is. It's huge. And I was debating on, like, should I go to the medium shade, since I was so iffy about the fair shade of the powder bronzer for so long. But I'm really glad that I stayed with fair, because I feel like this was really good, and the medium shade almost looked kind of like orange. So I didn't want orange, but I haven't even swatched this yet. Oh my goodness. I love it. I can already tell. Okay, so what I'm gonna do is I'm gonna use my sponge, and I'm just gonna kind of dip in and put it on with the sponge. It feels like cream to powder. Oh, look how pretty. So I did it with the sponge on the cheeks, and I think it looks so good. I need to blend. Hold on. It's so pretty. So I'm going to take my Laura Lee L34. This is her buffing brush, and I'm just dipping in, and I'm going to do this for the forehead and see how that works. I know what you're thinking too. You're like, Whitney, you just put a cream bronzer on top of powder. Yes, I did. And I did it on purpose because, number one, I wanted to test out the bronzer on top of powder, and I wanted to test out the powder. And I love it. I knew I was taking a risk because I didn't know that powder and I didn't know this bronzer. So I was taking a risk in doing it, but I went ahead and did it anyway. Stepped out of my comfort zone just a little bit, and it paid off. It looks so good, and my skin looks so healthy. Is it called the Healthy Skin? It just says Sun Kissed Glow Bronzer, Smooth, Healthy Looking Glow Cream Bronzer. That it is. I just love the color. I love the color. I love the look. Like, it's radiant, but it's not like glittery. And I feel like I have life back into my skin. Like, it's not just a powdery mess, like you saw a few minutes ago. And yeah, I got a little heavy-handed on my nose. That's what I'm rubbing on right now. Oh, I like it. I like it a lot. I'm so excited because I'd heard mixed reviews. Some people loved this, some people hated it, and I was really nervous, but oh my goodness, I love it. I love this. This is so good. I have one more thing that I purchased. This was on sale. That's why I got it. When I first saw this come out, I was like, oh, I need it, because I didn't get the one from last year, and then I was like, no, I'm not gonna do it because I don't don't need to spend the money. But then when it was on sale for $29, I couldn't help myself. So it's the Patrick Ta face palette that he came out with for holiday this year. How gorgeous is this? So pretty. So you got two blushes, one's a powder, one's a cream on both. And then you have a highlighter, a powder, and a cream. So I'm gonna swatch them. So there are the creams. You can't really tell a whole lot, but that's kind of par for the course. I wanted to see the consistency on them too before I use them. And here are the powders. Gorgeous. And he does have the little flap on there that protects that powders, or I'm sorry, the cream from the powder, which is really nice. So I'm gonna use, again, stepping out of my comfort zone, I'm gonna take this, which is Getting Flirty is what it's called. And I have heard that he actually uses the powders and then puts the cream on top. So I'm gonna try that out. So I'm gonna use the powder first. And I never do pink blush, you guys know this. Oh, that's pretty. I'm gonna take just, it has some sheen to it too, just by the way. And I'm gonna take, oh, I'm sorry, I'm gonna take some of this just because I can't help myself. I just want to put just a little bit on. See, just a little. Okay. And again, I'm gonna take the sponge and let's see how this works. So I'm just gonna take a clean side. I was so afraid that this was gonna like pick up underneath, and also I was like, what's it gonna do? Well, obviously it's more pink because I used the pink, but look how radiantly healthy this one looks. And then look at this one. Like, it's pretty and it's radiant, but this one looks healthy and this one just kind of looks radiant. Now this like cream highlighter was more like a glaze, and you know, those are very popular right now, but I'm not into those. I feel like it's just gonna make me look oily a little more fast than I normally would. So I'm not gonna use it. I'm just gonna use the powder highlighter. So you see how glowy this one is? I didn't need the highlighter, but it does give that little extra something. Okay, so I just went ahead, finished off everything. I used my Jacqueline lip liner in Caramel Latte, and then I used the By Mario, Makeup by Mario, Raza lipstick. I like, let me be real, these are matte, and I like a matte that doesn't feel like a matte, and these are just too matte for me. Not that they're bad necessarily, it's just a little too drying, and it's the middle of winter, and my lips are a little too dry for that. Maybe in the summer I'll like it a little bit more. And I also picked the wrong shade. Like, I don't wear this pink shade all that often, but maybe in the summer, who knows? I also topped it off just with a little bit of this Lady Bold from Too Faced. It is a really pretty nude, and it's a little bit more creamy, and it is in the shade Brave. So that is all of my new products. So just a quick little recap. I actually really like this foundation. It might be just a little bit too dark, but I feel like I can still make it work, and it's not enough for me to feel like I need to switch it out. So yeah, I know I'm just a shade too dark, just a hint too dark, but it's not horrible, so I can make it work, and I like it. So again, this was shade 5. Maybe I needed shade 4, or if there was like a 4.5 or something like that, I don't know, but that was what I got. And maybe when the summer comes and I get a little bit more color to me, it'll be a perfect shade too, so it'll just work out. Then my powder, the Makeup Forever powder. I started saying Makeup by Mario. See what I meant when I said like the life will come back? I don't look as powdery as I did when I first put this on. It of course is due to a lot of cream products on top, but even in the areas where I didn't put cream products, like right here on my forehead or right here on my chin, you know, something like right here, I don't feel like I look as dry and powdery as I did. So I feel like it's going to be a good powder. Is it going to beat Huda? I don't know. Time will tell about that. I don't, you know, it's been really hard for me to find a powder to beat Huda. So chances are maybe not, but it is a good powder and I really like it, so it could be one of my favorites. So I'm not displeased with it. I'm very pleased with everything, honestly. This might be my favorite product. The Charlotte Tilbury Sun Kissed Glow Bronzer, the cream bronzer. I loved it. It just looks so pretty and so healthy, and it just brought my skin back to life. And I love the fact that I can use this over powder, and this is a new powder. I'll use it over the Huda just to make sure, you know, that it plays well, but I feel like it will. I feel like it'll look really good. So I'm thankful that I tried this and it was so good. I always say I'm thankful, and I am thankful because these were gift cards. So if it wasn't for the gift cards, I wouldn't have these. And I really like this. Like, I was so hesitant about it because I'm just one of those people that I like the creams, but then I powder it down, and it's almost like a double process, and that's just a me thing, and I know not everybody does that, but if I can wear it over powder, wow, I really like that. So the cream was beautiful over the powder. It did not disrupt anything underneath, and again, it was a new foundation and a new powder, so I was really taking a gamble with it. And I have a lot of blush on today, and I put a lot on, but it looks really beautiful. It looks really healthy, and I can see myself really reaching for this. I really can, and I've not tried his blushes before, so this was like a first for me, and I really like it, so I may have to try some more from him. But yeah, like, I really like this, and again, it dries down, like, it's not sticky or anything, because, you know, I put the cream over the powder, so yeah, it's not sticky or anything. And I love the healthy glow that I have, and I just think it's so beautiful. The highlighter, like, it's not anything spectacular. I'm not gonna lie to you. Like, I'm not like, go buy this for the highlighter. Like, I don't like a skin glaze. I'm not into that. And this highlighter is, it's pretty. There's nothing wrong with it. It's just not like, oh my gosh, you need this in your life. But I mean, it comes all together, so it's not like you can just buy it like in a single. But if he came out with highlighters, I don't know if I would be like breaking my neck to go get one. So, but the blushes, absolutely, absolutely. There's a reason that he, like, people rave about his products, his blushes in particular. So tell me what you thought about this. Have you tried any of these products? What do you think about the final look? Are you surprised that the powdery finish turned into this? Because I am always amazed when I do the powder and I'm like, oh my gosh, I've used too much, and then at the end when I finish, I'm like, okay, it all works. Like, my skin kind of warms up, and then the powder kind of all meshes, and yeah, it just all works. It ends up working really well together. So I'm happy when that happens, and of course throughout the day, you know, that's a good thing. That's one thing that I need to know about the powder too, is how it's going to wear throughout the day. Is it going to be a good one throughout the day for me? That's always a test with oily skin, and I really get oily right through here and on my nose, even my forehead, like through the winter time is not as bad because of like the cooler weather. So I have more of a dry patch right here actually going on. But wow, do I love this. I love the final look. Like, this is something completely like out of my comfort zone, because I don't do a lot of pink. I don't do a lot of pink blush, especially pink lipstick I don't do. It's very different for me, but I like something that's different. Something that's outside of my comfort zone sometimes is good. So here is your sign to walk outside of your comfort zone and do something that you really wouldn't have done normally, because I normally would not have put this over powder, and I would have been like, no, I'm just gonna, you know, put it down and then powder over top of it. I may not have loved it as much. And same with the blushes, you know, I may not have loved them as much if I had powdered over top of them and been like, okay, it's fine. So maybe now that gives me a little bit of bravery to try some of these other creams on top of powder. We'll see. We'll see if I get there. But yeah, tell me what you think about the look. Tell me what you thought about the products I purchased. Well, that I used my gift card to purchase. Thank you so much. If you're my family watching and you gave me a gift card, it's because of you that I have these products. So thank you so much. But yes, I'm so incredibly thankful. I did make some purchases from Ulta. Of course, you know, you don't get as much from Sephora because you get higher priced, higher end things from Sephora, but I still feel like I got quite a bit. And then Ulta, I'll have a few little, I did some restocks from Ulta, and I got a couple new things, so I'm excited to do that when it comes in. I should have it pretty soon, so when I get it, of course, you know, I'll have a video. I'm doing pretty good about videos here lately, if I can just edit them. If you don't see one for a while, it's usually because I'm lazy about editing, and not so much lazy, it's just life is a little bit crazy and I can't sit down to do it. I do apologize for that. It's not that I don't want to, it's just that life, you know, it's life. So thank you guys so much for watching. I will shut up now, but makeup always makes me feel better. Like, I can sit down. I had a migraine earlier and I was just not feeling my best, and I felt and I was just like, after work I'm gonna go lay down in the bed. And I couldn't just because, again, life. And I was like, okay, I'm gonna push through, and I kept pushing, and I took some medicine and I felt better, and I was like, I really need to stop looking at my cell phone. I need to like do something different, and because that's something I always like to do if I'm laying around or whatever, is I like to look at my cell phone. And I was like, I'm gonna go and do makeup because that always makes me feel better. So yet again, it has made me feel better, and I found some new products that I think I love and that are gonna be new favorites for sure. So can't wait to use them again. Thank you guys. I hope you're having a wonderful new year and that you are staying safe, happy, and healthy, if I haven't said that already. And I will see you in the next one. Bye guys.